Hey family, we have some shocking news to share with you today. We are on the verge of another pandemic, but the question is, could it hit the United States again as we saw 3 years ago? Well, there is a new outbreak of pneumonia that is spreading rapidly and it's causing some major respiratory issues for people breathing. Scientists are still trying to figure out the cause of this major concern. Also, we have Listeria that is back again and spreading to those who live and visit Florida. Could this affect major travel during the holidays? Well, it could be worse than you think. And last but not least, New York is implementing a new law that allows the government to take you from your home and quarantine you during your stage of a virus similar to COVID-19. Do you think that this is actually fair? I have the details to share with you in just a moment. But before we get started, hey, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel as well as hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Starting off with this new virus that is spreading rapidly, which is pneumonia, but this is a specific term or type of pneumonia, if you will. And right now, China is getting beat down with this particular outbreak of this particular piece of pneumonia. As you can see, it says that China pneumonia outbreak from symptoms to precautions. And here is all you need to know. Like I said, China is experiencing a surge in child pneumonia cases, remnants of the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic. The rise is mainly due to the spread of mycoplasma pneumonia, RSV, as well as these other types of influenzas. And after recovering from COVID-19 pandemic, China is again witnessing an unusual surge of child pneumonia cases. There has been significant increases in the number of hospitalizations in the country. And yes, as you can see right here, that families are lining up in the hallways of Beijing's China Children's Hospital amid this increase of respiratory illnesses. And yes, this thing is spreading very fast, which I will say that this is coming at a time when we are expected to enter into the flu season, and we are not necessarily expecting or want to go through anything like this at all. And according to the WHO, they are saying that the spike is caused by known pathogens and it does not pose a global threat. But how can you say that? How can we even trust them, considering that China is going crazy right now? The hospitals are pretty much maxed out, and no one even knows what is causing this, as well as they don't know how to necessarily treat this. So how can the WHO say that this is not a global threat? We all know that previously the COVID-19 ended up coming from China and entered into the United States as well as other countries. So how do we know that this particular pneumonia illness is not going to spread the same way that we saw with COVID-19? Well, we do not know, guys. So I will go ahead and say that we cannot trust the WHO in regards to giving us this information, because they still don't know what is causing this. And like I said, hospitals in the northern China area appear to be overwhelmed and sick of children as the country grapples with the surge in respiratory illnesses and clusters of pneumonia, prompting the World Health Organization to ask Beijing for more information. So you mean to tell me that the WHO is going to say that this does not pose a global threat, but they are still requesting more data from Beijing in regards to this pneumonia for children? Yes, that is exactly why we cannot trust them at all. We have got to be proactive and protect ourselves in regards to this, because you never know when or how fast this is going to spread to the United States as well as other countries as well. But right now, China is grappling with this issue, and they are running out of hospitals. They are looking for more space to put children in regards to having these respiratory illnesses, and they don't have them or have anywhere for them to go right now. So anyways, at the Beijing Children's Hospital in the capital, they are saying that there are long lines of people. They are waiting to actually register during the visit, and waiting rooms were crowded with parents and children, and some of them even sitting in the waiting rooms with IV drips into their arms. So anyways, like I said, this is a huge outbreak that is going on right now, and we still don't know where it has come from, what is causing it, and how to necessarily treat it. So anyways, we'll just have to keep our eyes on this in the meantime, depending on where or what direction this actually goes, and hopefully keep our fingers crossed in the meantime and hope that this particular outbreak of pneumonia does not travel to the United States or any other country for that matter. So anyways, we'll keep you guys posted as usual. Moving on to another spread of an outbreak that is spreading across in the United States, specifically in Florida, South Florida that is. Yes, Florida is reporting the Listeria cases are increasing again. According to the CDC, they are warning of this outbreak. They're saying that it is actually linked to peaches, nectarines, and plums. Wouldn't you know, as we always thought that eating fruits that are grown from the ground are the safest out there. But now they're saying that these particular, one of our favorite types of fruits to eat, such as peaches, nectarines, and plums. I love black plums myself, but knowing that these particular things can actually be infected with Listeria and then we end up eating them is very scary. They're saying that so far 11 people across 7 states have been infected with the outbreak strain of Listeria, according to the CDC. The Centers for Disease and Control and Prevention has issued a food safety alert regarding a multi-state outbreak of Listeria infections. The CDC said on Monday that they are recalling whole peaches, nectarines, and plums that have been distributed by HMC Farms or Signature Farms. The fruits were distributed nationwide, including in Florida, and could potentially be contaminated with Listeria. And here is everything you need to know. First off, a lot of you may not even know what Listeria is. Well, it says right here that Listeria is a bacteria that can contaminate many foods, and people who eat those foods can get infected with Listeria. The infection is called listeriosis. According to the CDC, Listeria is the third leading cause of death from foodborne illnesses in the United States, and it can also cause an intestinal illness that is usually mild, if you will. But some of the symptoms in regards to Listeria are fever, flu-like symptoms such as muscle aches and fatigue. Others might actually be headaches, stiff neck, confusion, loss of balance, and even seizures for some individuals. But anyways, it says that how many people have been infected by Listeria outbreak in Florida. They are saying that so far 11 people across 7 different states. So that is some good news that this is a very low number. However, they're saying that 10 people have been hospitalized and 1 person has actually died from this Listeria outbreak. So at the time, Florida has 3 reported cases, California has 3 cases, and Ohio, Colorado, Kansas, Illinois, and Michigan each have 1 reported case right now. So again, be careful considering that we have the holiday travel season around the corner, which a lot of individuals are especially traveling to Florida. So anyways, you definitely don't want to go there, get Listeria, ended up bringing it back to whatever state you live in, as well as also causing your family to be infected as well. So again, this is something that we need to put a little bit of caution out there because, like I said, this is one of the top leading deaths in regards to food illnesses that has been around for quite some time. So anyways, do you guys remember the Listeria breakout in regards to Bluebell ice cream? One of my favorites out there. I'm so glad that that whole episode is finally over. But if you remember, go ahead and comment down below and let me know that you remember that pretty recall in regards to Bluebell ice cream, one of the top ice creams out there. But anyways, moving on, guys, we also need to go ahead and talk about this new law that is sort of passing in New York. The health department can order you to quarantine. Now, this is much different from what we saw during the COVID-19 pandemic, but this is pretty much in regards to that same type of issue. Check this out right here. It says that the state health department can continue to order you into quarantine in the event of a highly contagious disease like COVID-19, according to the state court, which they recently ruled. This particular ruling came from the Appellate Division's 4th Judicial Department, and it overturns a decision by the state Supreme Court judge last year who decided that giving the health department authority to order people into quarantine was unconstitutional. Republicans vowed to appeal the new court decision from the Appellate Division to the state's highest court. The idea that the state health department will lawfully quarantine a New Yorker against their will sounds. South Soviet, they are saying. North Country State Senator Mark Walzicki said in a press release. Governor Hochul is falling right behind former Governor Andrew Cuomo in a lust for power of the state over individual rights, according to this particular one reporter. And they're saying that according to the Albany Times Union, they're reporting that the appellate court found that the GOP officials and the organization did not sufficiently establish why they were so severely harmed, and that the trial court failed to adequately rule on the merits of whether the petitioners had a right to bring the case in the first place. So anyways, guys, this is very shocking. You're telling me that if myself, a budget bill living in New York, and I end up getting COVID-19, and whether or not I choose to actually quarantine myself, that the government can potentially come to my home, come into my house, grab me, and then take me away and place me in a specific location to quarantine me for a specific period of time. You are saying that that is exactly what Governor Hochul has signed a law to actually permit this from actually happening. Say it ain't so, guys, but apparently so. They're taking the individual rights from you and I on an everyday basis, especially depending on what state you actually live in. So right now, this is pretty much affecting those in New York. And I ended up finding this particular tweet by this guy named Travis, which says that this particular rule, which is 2.13, which is called Isolation and Quarantine Procedures, will give the state of New York the ability to come into your home and take you away to a quarantine without any notice and for any virus or infection that they deem necessary. You don't have an option to fight it, no court date, nothing. The rule has no age limit, and they can keep you as long as they like to. The rule also allows them to treat you as they see fit, including using methods that are still in testing mode. This is one of the biggest abuses of power this country has ever seen. This is only the beginning. How long until this is nationwide or even on a global matter? So yes, guys, as you can see, this particular picture of Kathy, very selective, I will say. But anyways, tell me what you think about this, guy. Do you think that that is right? Do you think that they should have the right to do that? Or do you think that us as Americans living in this country have the right to quarantine our own selves, whether or not we choose to do it at our own home or whether we decided to actually go out there and potentially infect others as well? So anyways, let me know what you think about that. Comment down below. I would love to get your take on this, but I definitely do not agree with it. I hope that the Supreme Court actually steps in and overrules this particular rule. But anyways, let me know what you think about this. Comment down below. Also, let me know what you think about this Listeria as well as the pneumonia cases for our children in China. Do you believe that this will actually make it to the United States? I would love to get your thoughts on it. So anyways, outside of all that, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, that's all we have for you today, but feel free to check out some of the items down below in the description. There are a couple of opportunities for you to earn some free money or some free cash, such as signing up for the Amazon Prime membership, where you can get 30 days for free, which is a great time because today is Cyber Monday, which means there are going to be a ton of great deals on the table, and you want to get them using the free shipping option. Also, if you go ahead and add the Rakuten, which is the #1 cashback website out there, you can receive additional money on top of your purchases from Amazon or from other stores during the Cyber Monday. But anyways, right now Rakuten is giving a bonus of $40 after you sign up and use it for the first time. But anyways, those are just a couple of the opportunities, but be sure to check out all of them down below in the description. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.